HappiDaze here, and we're back for another season of Grand Party. So we're going to go ahead and get into some of these matches. Before we do, let's take a quick look at the rule set just so you can see. So Dex type HP up, 10, that's good. I still think that, like I said, you probably won't see too many Dex teams, but they do nerf strength teams on this rule set, as you can see here. So who knows, maybe Dex actually won't be too bad, but you can see that a lot of the boosts this season go to Sai and Free Spirit characters, as well as powering up the Zero and Sanji from the memories that just came not too long ago. So I don't know if you really see people switch out from using either the G5 leader or using the Int G5 as the captain here, but I guess we'll see what happens. We'll stick right now with the Int G5 leader, and we'll just see what happens. We might change it in the couple days that follow, but just to kind of see what people are running. So you can see some people are back to running G5s, Int G5s, and this guy is running a Roger. So just interesting. Like I said, with the CT speed being down for the strength team, let's go ahead and try maybe that third team there. First team there is going to be the quick team. So we'll probably have our such team go there. Maybe have our keep our side team in the middle slot there, and then save the last one for our int team. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll see what happens. Like I said, we have unlimited retries, unlimited refreshes. So at the end of the day, it's not really that big of a deal what we do here. I forget exactly what Roger's burst does, but it's not. It won't be nearly as good as the side G5 or the in G5, so I'm not really too worried at all about that. So let's go ahead and get into the match, see what happens. We do charge our GP burst by taking damage. That's kind of the only downside here. The good news is Kainu is going to do a lot of damage there. He does an HP cut for us. Tesoro does 4k fixed damage, so we should be pretty easily able to go ahead and get that burst gauge charge as soon as they start getting some of their specials going. So you can see we filled the gauge pretty much about halfway there. We do get a shield on a bunch of our units, which of course helps. Still haven't quite charged our special meter, but that's quite okay. We're going to knock out a couple of units, then Hawks to come in and just absolutely decimate. Like, this S-Hawk unit is so broken. Like, I keep saying it every season, but like, he is literally just ridiculous in what he can actually do for your team and how he can actually just help you plow through opponents in Grand Party. Alright, so we should be pretty much able to win this without having to even worry about using our bursts. Yeah, that shield, I love that shield that Shanks provides. The shield is such like an underrated mechanic with how good it can be and how much damage it can actually like absorb that it's pretty ridiculous. Alright, so go ahead and take on stage 2 here. Like I said, they get a level 5 down on their CT speed because they're strength units. So we'll just go ahead right into it, see what happens. I might switch up this team. So obviously I have a lot of Psy units on here just because they're buffed this season. But I could easily see me going to the normal Free Spirit team, right? That's not just Psy specific. But I just want to try out and see, the buffs that are getting provided to Psy Free Spirit really that good, or is it just kind of is what it is. So we'll have to see how this ends up working, and see if we switch back to the normal Free Spirit team with Sanji and Zoro and Nami, Karina, and Otama and that. But we'll see what happens there. So Roger comes in with a fixed damage special. I assume that once Luffy goes, like, it'll pretty much lights out. Okay, so you can see they still haven't gone yet. Like, that TT speed reduction is pretty ridiculous. So we actually want them to hit us at least once, so we could at least use our special. I think with Kobe, he does some damage here. Let's see. Yep, perfect. So we're just going to go ahead and hit them. Just see if we can't just get through this match a little bit quicker. Yeah, that special is just ridiculous. And then we get our special basically instantly recharged by taking that shot from Roger. Alright, so we can just take a little bit more damage. And basically what we can do is just use our second burst to auto win here. And boom, yeah, just like that, we won our first match of the day. So like I said, I don't think you'll see much strength teams as you get towards the the third or fourth or even fifth day. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. So that was match number 1. Let's go ahead and get into match number 2. Just take a look. So quick, that first team is a Dex team. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take on. Yeah, let's go ahead and take on this team here. I haven't faced many Shanks leaders before, so I'm kind of curious to see what that will look like. So yeah, let's just get into it. We'll stick with our normal routine. We'll have our slashers go first, just so we can go ahead and get to that Dex team, which has super high, HP and things like that because of just how that team is built to be super tanky. But like I said, we should be able to get through it pretty easily. And hopefully, while we get through it, because they're so tanky, hopefully we can take some damage, get our special burst ready to go, and hopefully just make things a little bit easier for us. Shanks is going to go here. Give the shield, which is awesome. Start taking some specials from their side. But like I said, with the shield, it really doesn't do much at all. Much damage at all. Monster shot there from Odin, who had the type advantage, which is awesome. We'd love to see that. And then Roger and Whitebeard, Roger and Whitebeard just come in and just wipe out 2 units without too much problems there. Hawk's gonna wipe out hopefully another 2, maybe 3, and it will just make it pretty easy to get through. So they use one of their bursts here. Okay, so actually his burst isn't really that great. It looks like it gave their side a bunch of stats, and it did kind of a big hit to one of our guys in Shanks there. And yeah, it killed him, which was a pain. But yeah, I'm debating whether I want to go ahead and use one of the specials here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use our special just to secure the win. Why not? It'll just make things a little bit easier for the next 2 matches there. So I'm still trying to figure out what the optimal way to use this G5 Luffy is, right? Whether you try to get just super damage in that first match, try to bait out 2 bursts in the second match, so that way going to the third match you have the advantage. I still haven't quite figured that piece out yet. So we'll have to see, like, going forward how that actually works. But and I'm just gonna swap the team. I'm gonna have my int team go second here, just because we can, just to see what happens here. I think we have some free spirit debuffers here on this team, which should help us out a little bit, and we'll kind of see what happens there. The tricky part about this team is that this team is really made to beat free spirits with the Robin Koala, but it's also basically a rewind all your specials team, right? You have the non-Karina unit who does it on there. And yeah, I think the Ulti or Black Maria unit also does kind of special bind or something like that as well. So it's just kind of really annoying to have to deal with, but it is what it is. So we do have some special delayers on our own. That's what a Vegapunk is really there for. Like I said, I know I can fully optimize this team. If you looked at like Stump's videos or Toadski's videos, they have like a much better team that they use here in terms of their int team. Like they move S-Hawk onto the int team, But I kind of like where he is right now on the Slasher team. I think he really just like elevates that Slasher team and like gives you like a guaranteed win. So I like having him there. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. But at least for now, I like keeping the S-Hawk on the Slasher team where he currently is. It just seems like it just lets you just steamroll opponents there. All right, so that is match number 2 for the day. So we're going to go ahead and get into match number 3. And what do we want to face? Let's see. These look like all auto teams, I think. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and just do this to just kind of finish out the video here and show you guys what the different options are. Again, Dex team has high HP, so that's why we'll have our Slash team go first. They'll get through them pretty quickly without too much problems. I believe more is just a random rare recruit captain won't actually do anything. So that's just a quick programming note, just a reminder to everyone that when you're done doing your GP matches for the day, make sure you go and change your captain. Change it to a team. If it's the first couple days where people can see teams, it's not a huge deal, whether it's in the first, second, or third team, as long as it's not like a burst character or a character that has like a absolutely ridiculous burst. But when you get towards the later days where you start losing the ability to see some teams, just want to make sure that you are choosing a rare recruit that is in one of those teams where it's hidden, that indicates what the team is, right? So that way everyone kind of can work together, get those 15 wins, help out the community, and just get around the unfortunate RNG-ness that is part of this game mode, unfortunately. Shanks with a just absolutely nasty shot there. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and skip. At this point, there's really nothing that they can do to defeat us, and we just knocked off 2 more of their guys. So let's just go ahead and skip just so we can get to the next match pretty quickly. For this one, I'm going to stick again with the Int team. Seems like they do a good amount of damage. Like I said, they do a lot of special reverse and special rewinds. And with the combination of the Int Luffy, he just makes this team like a million times better. So you can just hit like a tank with Uta, hit with the tank with Luffy. You have a bunch of special reverse stuff going on with Bonnie and with Vegapunk. And it's a pretty tanky team as well. Smoker on the bench in case he has to come in and do some special binding and some damage. So it works out really, really well. So hopefully once the specials get going, it'll be pretty easy to kind of get through here. Nice 40% HP cut to 3 enemies, which is always good. And this is the almost unfair hit by Atlas, where it does like 8 total hits worth of damage, and it's just kind of crazy. Yeah, so once Luffy goes, we'll pretty much wrap up this match. Like I said, if you can, I think so far for the season, the takeaways are really to, you'll probably want to avoid using strength teams, just because unless you're able to, you know, face like a Dex team, for example, like I think that cooldown that you get is going to really be painful. So I don't think you'll see many strength teams going forward. I don't know if you'll see a lot of Dex teams still see play, just because, I mean, they're tanky, right? And there is some rule set boost for them. But like I said, it's pretty easy to beat them with a bunch of other teams. And unless you're facing like a quick team, they're obviously not ideal to face some of the other teams that are out there. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for me. Just a quick reminder that you want to make sure that you go ahead and get your matches done before reset happens. And I want to say by the time this video gets posted, it'll be like 6 or 7 hours until reset happens. So just make sure you get your first 3 wins. Otherwise, you won't be able to get more than 12 for the day. It's stupid. It's annoying. If you're in different time zones, it can just be an absolute pain. So just make sure that you get your first 3 matches done before the next reset happens, and you will be in fantastic shape. I'll have some more videos, you know, for the rest of the days of this Grand Party season, just to kind of show you what are some strategies and what are my strategies as I go forward. And hopefully you guys see, you know, different things that you can do to leverage. So as I said, when you're done for the day, just go into the setup, hit the edit leader button and just choose a random unit that's on one of your teams who's not a burst captain, and it'll just make it easier for everyone to get the wins. Like I said, it's not so much a huge deal on the first couple days where you have unlimited tries and limited refreshes, but when you get to the end, it can be the difference between getting, you know, the 15 wins and the 4 rewards versus not. So just help each other out. Make sure you do that. So that's going to wrap it up for me. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and until next time, be kind to each other. Bye.